What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Destiny 2 on BlackTideTV. I have to admit it was a fairly conflicting experience deciding which type of content to line up next on the channel between Destiny 2 and Call of Duty World War II. The PC beta, of course, launched yesterday for Call of Duty World War II. Sledgehammer Games just couldn't keep it in their pants and they had to release it an extra day early. So I was very tempted to make a World War II video, but Destiny's faction rally is only on for so long. I know the PC beta is only on for so long as well, but everyone's going to be looking for World War II content over the next little while as the game ramps up and almost comes out, and then when it does come out, whatever. Whereas Destiny 2, this faction rally is only like right now, and then it's going to be like a full month until the next one. So I wanted to get on here and tell you guys a little bit about the faction rally, give you guys some stats, some information, tell you guys what it's all about, because I know, although it started on Tuesday with the weekly reset, a lot of you guys will be getting on this weekend and playing, and you'll be getting into the tower, and you'll be like, what's this faction rally thing all about? So that's what today's video is for. Now in the gameplay today, you'll see some Crucible. I think I'm playing Control, and I'll be using the energy auto rifle known as the Number. This is a future War Cult exclusive weapon, though you can also unlock it from opening Cade's chests in the treasure hunts on whatever the current Flashpoint planet is, and we'll talk about that a little later in the video. I'm also wearing some future War Cult armor, though you can't really see it because we're in a first-person segment. You may be able to see it on my spawn in, but it's kind of hard to show you the armor while I'm also competing in Crucible. But clearly, I've decided on future War Cult for the current faction rally, and I'm sure you guys are interested in why I made that choice, as well as wondering for yourselves which faction you should personally pledge your allegiance to based on your current playstyle, character class, weapons, armor. There are a number of different factors that come to play when making your decision. The three factions, Dead Orbit, New Monarchy, and Future War Cult, have been at war for as long as anyone can tell. However, following the campaign of Destiny 2, the Tower, the Guardians, the factions, we haven't exactly had a great year. And so instead, to bolster strength, the three factions have engaged in a friendly competition of sorts, the Faction Rally. Each Guardian is expected to pledge their allegiance to a single faction and fight for the honor of that faction, proving their loyalty by completing certain events, gathering supplies for the city, and in return, the factions reward their guardians with unique items. Now, I should mention that said unique items are unique in cosmetic-only circumstances. A majority of items found in your respective faction can also be found elsewhere in the world by competing in Crucible, by completing strikes, by completing public events, chests, engrams, with slightly different color schemes or slightly adjusted perks. It isn't the end of the world if you choose one faction and really wanted a weapon from another. There is a very similar weapon elsewhere in the world. To my knowledge, all armor items are simply reskins of other armor items, and the weapons have only slightly been adjusted. For your convenience in terms of weaponry, Dead Orbit will drop a pulse rifle, hand cannon, vice sidearm, and shotgun, all of which are EDZ familiar. They closely resemble weapons also found in the EDZ on Earth. Future War Cult will drop a hand cannon, Omalon auto rifle, Omalon scout rifle, and Omalon sniper rifle. Omalon weapons are most easily found as rewards at the end of strikes, as well as in engrams on further planets in the game, such as Io and Nessus. New Monarchy will drop a Suros auto rifle, Hake scout rifle, Suros SMG, and a Suros shotgun. Suros items are usually rewards for competing in Crucible. Of the 12 faction weapons available, the best, in my opinion, lands easily in Future War Cult between the Number auto rifle and the Platus Corrector scout rifle, both of which are perfect re-representations of meta weapons in Destiny 2. Uriel's Gift is absolutely the most used auto rifle in the game currently. The Number is basically the exact same weapon with a different sight. And when it comes to the Platus Corrector, the Mida Multi-Tool is great if it weren't for the fact that it's exotic. In the case that you need a powerful scout rifle on the same level as the Mida Multi-Tool, but you also need another exotic, the Platis Corrector is the perfect replacement. When it comes to faction armor, each faction gear set will provide you with a unique ability boost. Each piece of armor in Destiny 2 rated rare or higher will provide you with a similar boost. However, the factions are your first very real opportunity to complete a gear set and absolutely max out one of your abilities. The 3 abilities available for each of the classes in the game are Recovery, Resilience, and Mobility. For a quick example, all Dead Orbit armor for the Hunter class will provide increased resilience. All future War Cult armor for Hunters will provide increased recovery, and all new Monarchy armor will provide increased mobility. This was the #1 deciding factor in my choice of future War Cult. Health recovery is absolutely needed in Destiny 2, especially when you're playing PvE, when you're doing certain nightfalls, when you're doing the raid. You want to be able to recover health a lot faster, and that's why I personally chose future War Cult. Not to mention the fact that I main Omelon weapons. I absolutely love Omelon. I don't like Suros, and I don't care for the EDZ weapons. I have a lot going for future War Cult, except for 3 major disappointments. The first is the color scheme, the cosmetic appearance of the items. You'll quickly notice each of the factions has their own unique flair of style. New Monarchy is red and white, Dead Orbit is white and black, and future War Cult is yellow, purple, and red. Very strange color scheme, but hey, that's what shaders are for. The second disappointment with future War Cult is the popular vote. The faction rally is just that, a competition. A competition where one faction will win based on participation. The more players pledge to a single faction, the easier it will be for that faction to win. From all the information I've gathered, Dead Orbit is the most popular faction of all 3. This is likely due to the rewarding weapon of the Dead Orbit faction. There are 3 rewarding weapons, one for each faction, to be rewarded to all players upon completion of the faction rally. If you are part of the faction that wins, you will be buying your rewarding weapon for 1,000 Glimmer, whereas all other players will have to spend 50,000 Glimmer to get their hands on that weapon. This is the 3rd disappointment of the future War Cult faction, as future War Cult has an Omelon pulse rifle for their winning weapon. Pulse rifles are not the greatest weapons in Destiny 2, it's no secret. Dead Orbit, on the other hand, has a scout rifle, very similar to Call to Serve, another EDZ weapon, that is one of my personal favorites. And last but not least, New Monarchy has a sidearm, a Suros sidearm, which is why a vast majority of people are avoiding New Monarchy in this first faction rally. In conclusion, be sure to look beyond the rewarding weapon when selecting your first faction. Investigate the faction engrams to provide yourself with more information before selecting a specific faction. I would definitely recommend future War Cult for any hunters, though the armor abilities could change depending on which class you're using, so make sure you do your own research before selecting one. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more daily gaming goodness, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.